Hey, it's Aaron with the Wealthy Environmental Center. This week, Wednesday, April 22nd, is Earth Day. Earth Day is every year on April 22nd. And so today I thought we would take a moment and learn a little bit about Earth Day and Wisconsin Senator Gaylord Nelson's involvement with its creation. So let's take a look.
Earth Day is every April 22nd. It is the one day that we set aside to celebrate the planet that supports our life. This celebration has evolved over the last 50 years to mean many things to many people. However, its roots are in efforts to clean up the natural world around us and protect it. Imagine if we only cleaned up our houses or our rooms once a year. What would they look like? And would we want to live in them? The first Earth Day was celebrated on April 22nd, 1970. And it included rallies, marches, protests, and other events held mostly by college students and environmental groups across the country. Reporting on the event was mixed. Some sources claimed it nonsense for the young and not well attended. Others claimed it was a success across the United States with hundreds of thousands of people, perhaps 1 million or more. Regardless, Earth Day is now celebrated worldwide. We were downright dirty. We littered, we polluted water, we polluted the air, we cut down trees. We were making our home unlivable, and still are. But that's another story. There were a lot of people working really hard to call our attention to how dirty we had made things. One such person that I would like to highlight is Rachel Carson. In 1962, Rachel Carson published her book, Silent Spring. Silent Spring was really probably our first real wake-up call to just how bad things had gotten. It paid special attention to one specific area. DDT worked its way up through food chains. You can see a food chain there on the right-hand side of the slide. And so DDT was applied to plants that killed bugs, but not all the bugs died. And then birds would eat the bugs, and then snakes would eat the birds, and owls would eat the snakes. But then what would happen to the large apex predators like the owl and the snake is that they would have weakened shells and deformities. Now, what's really great is that Wisconsin was the first state to ban DDT in 1970. The rest of the United States followed suit in 1972. Which brings us to the man from Clear Lake, Wisconsin, Senator Gaylord Nelson. Senator Gaylord Nelson grew up in Clear Lake. He was surrounded by woodlands, rivers, and lakes. He spent much of his time outside, which informed his ecological viewpoint. Fast forward to the 1950s, and the new highway system was created. People now had access to remote parks and recreational areas like they never had before. These quickly became crowded. After being elected Wisconsin's governor, he saw the need to monitor these areas and to set aside some of the space as preserves. As a senator, Gaylord Nelson helped set aside more than 10,000 miles of protected recreational trails: Pacific Crest Trail, North Country Trail, Appalachian Trail, the Ice Age Trail. And in 1970, the first Earth Day was born. After the creation of Earth Day, President Nixon created the EPA in 1970, the Clean Air Act in 1970, and the Clean Water Act in 1972. So how can we celebrate Earth Day? Well, we can learn about endangered species, like the polar bear there, or we can plant a few plants, maybe even plant a tree. We can get outside and we can clean up litter that's around our home. There are many different ways to celebrate Earth Day.
All right, now that you know a little bit more about Earth Day and Senator Gaylord Nelson, I hope that you join me on Wednesday, April 22nd for Earth Day. I'm going to be live on Facebook, and we will get outside around our homes and do a little bit of cleanup. I'll see you then.